Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So about 10 months ago I made a video testing the GoPro Hero 8 and its slow motion capability in 1080p, and I got a lot of comments asking how I would go from normal speed and then all of a sudden it would go to slow motion. And so that's what I'm going to be discussing today. So the first thing you need to know is that I shot in a high frame rate so I could slow it down, and then I was able to fix it in the editing software. It wasn't done in the GoPro, I just shot regular settings. So I'm going to show you the settings that I used, and then I will shoot a few clips, and then we'll go into the editing software and I will show you exactly how I did it. So whenever you actually go into the GoPro, what you want to do is adjust your settings and select the shooting menu, and then go to the little pencil to adjust your settings. So if you shoot in 1080p, it'll give you the highest frame rate. And then once you have 1080p selected, anything over 60 will do. I'm gonna do 240. So that's all you do for the settings. It's 1080p at 240 frames a second. And then we can get on to shooting. So right here is the setup I'm actually using. Here's the GoPro. And then we are currently shooting, so we're gonna switch over to the GoPro. And here, we just have a bunch of random stuff. I had some change here so we can get a shot of me picking up the change, and then I'll throw it up. All right, so next what I'm gonna do, to get a variety of shots, what I'm gonna do is take some water and dump it into a cup. To get the most steady shot, I'm gonna set this up like so, and then all right, so the last shot that we're gonna do is I lit a candle and I'm gonna get a shot of me blowing it out. I feel like that'll look really good whenever we slow it down. All right, so now that we've finished taking all our shots, we're gonna import the files onto my computer, and then we're gonna put them into Final Cut Pro, and I will show you guys the process of how we go from regular speed all of a sudden down to slow motion. Okay, so once you have your card inserted, you're gonna wanna get into your editing software. I'm using Final Cut Pro, but you can honestly do this in any editing software as long as you're able to adjust the speed of the clips. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna make a new event, a new project. I edit mine on a 24 frame timeline, but 30 will work just as fine. 24 frames just allows you to play back the clips slower. And then I export in Apple ProRes 422 because it gives me the smallest file size. Audio can stay the same, that's fine. So what I always do is go in and pull my footage off of my card, which I actually have not cleared this card since I bought the GoPro. Typically what I'll do is pull the files from the card and copy them onto a hard drive or move them. I prefer to move them. So once you have the files off of the card and onto a place that is on a hard drive or your desktop, you want to go into Final Cut or your editing software and you want to import them. So I do Command I and I go to where I just moved the files to, and it's going to be these 3 files. I leave the files in place rather than copy to the library. It saves space on my computer and speeds up my workflow, and the 3 files will show up here. We're just going to throw those into the timeline, just select all 3 and then drag them. So these are what the clips look like whenever you first put them in. They play like normal clips. And if you go up here to the information tab and you click on a single clip, it'll say it's in 60p, but I can assure you it's 240 frames. There's a math to it, but to keep things simple, the higher your frame rate, the slower your clips are gonna be whenever you slow them down. So at 240 frames in a 24 frame timeline, you can slow it down 10 times, or you can do 24 frames divided by 240 frames and it'll give you 10%. You can always go in and just click automatic speed if you're in Final Cut Pro. It will automatically set the clip speed to your timeline speed. Since we shot it in 240 frames, on a 24 frame timeline, it will slow it down to 10%. We're just gonna trim this clip to the part where I threw the change because we don't care about the other stuff. So that's right about, there's where I pick up the change. So we'll start right here. Let's just speed through the clip real quick where I pick up the change, and let's say I want to slow it down as soon as I throw the change up. So we're going to take it back to normal. The clip is normal. So we're going to go to the part where I throw the change up, and right at the moment that you want it to turn slow, so let's go frame by frame here. Let's say you want it to start right here. You want it to start going slow right there. You want to cut the clip right there. So that would be Command B. And then you can select the part of the clip you want to be slow and slow it down. In Final Cut, you just select it, click the speedometer, and then automatic speed, or you can go in here to slow. But we'll just do automatic speed. It'll make things a lot simpler. And so that makes it look like this. So let's say I want to go back to normal right here. I would cut the clip again, the part that was slow, and then I will take the next part and then go back to normal. So it ends up looking like this. And that's pretty much it. So we'll do it with the other two clips. And let's say we want to start slowing it down just as the water starts coming out. So right there. We cut it, start playing. And we'll say we want it to stop right there. So we'll cut right there again. We just take that part, slow it down, and then it looks a little something like this. And it looks so smooth. Like, shooting in 240 frames is honestly, it's so appealing to the eye. And then it goes back to normal. So we'll do the last clip with the candle. Let's say right here you want to slow it down, cut it, and right there is where you want it to end. Select it, automatic, and it looks a little something like this. And it goes back to normal. Alright, so that's pretty much it. That's how you go from normal speed to slow motion back to normal speed. You can use this in your edits. It's a nice little effect. It's kind of like speed ramping, but speed ramping is a little bit different. But yeah, I hope you guys found this useful, and if it helped you out, then I would appreciate it if you guys would like the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Gila.